Ryan Roberts here with Coach Dan Woolley of Scott. Coach, just talk about the offseason and the hype surrounding the incoming group.
We had a really, really good off season. We were averaging about probably 35 to 40 kids in the weight room a day, and that's with also we got a lot of our skill guys that play basketball and baseball. So we had a really, really good off season, getting stronger. And then with spring ball, didn't have a lot of skill guys out there, but definitely got a lot of work in with our linemen, and really got a lot better with those guys.
Offensively, you returned some guys that helped put up 33 points per game last year. Just talk about the key returnees and any college interest that they're getting.
Well, I think with our team, it starts with our offensive line. We've got a pretty big offensive line and got some with some guys that are getting some D1 looks. Cameron Krim, who plays offensive tackle for us, just got his first offer the other day from Indiana State. He's been getting interest from Murray and some other Murray State and some other places. We've also got Corey Fitzwater, who has been 6'5", 260, who's been getting looks at by Western, Eastern, Akron, some different places like that. So we're just still waiting for him to get his first offer, but I'm sure it's around the corner. Besides that, up front, we've got Nathan Pennick, who's going to be starting at center for us this year, who's moved over from playing mostly defense last year. Trey Davis, who's another big, tall, athletic kid, and then Brendan Seabury, who's the only junior on the offensive line. And then at tight ends, we've got Nick Wolf and Logan Herzog. In the backfield, we return all of our starters. We return 9 total starters on offense. So we've got our quarterback, who's one of the better running quarterbacks, I think, in the area, Ben Osborne, who had about 700 yards last year. Josh Castleman, who was our running back, who had about 1,300 yards. And then at the wing, we've got Nick Brinkman and Reed Spada, who both bring a little bit different to the game, style of the game, but they're both shifty and very, very fast, and those are guys who can definitely hit a home run on any play.
Defensively, who are your key returnees and what should we expect to see from them this year?
Defensively, we moved to a 3-4. We think that's going to fit our personnel a little bit better with the amount of guys that we do have linemen playing a lot, some of them playing both ways, but a lot of those same guys are on defense that I mentioned with Krim and Pennick, Trey Davis. Chris Roberts is going to be an outstanding linebacker. He's played for us. He's been this will be his third year starting for us, along with Ray Everett in the secondary and Josh Castleman. A young guy that's really been impressive for both sides of the ball is Roberto London. He's going to be a sophomore, and he's getting really good looks on both sides of the ball, and he's going to be one of the younger guys that's definitely going to contribute for us on the varsity level as a sophomore.
Talk about your non-district schedule and how you think that helps you for a postseason run.
Well, we open up with Wes Jessamine, who has one of the top returning running back in the state. His name escapes me now, but I've seen him on film enough to know he's a big boy who breaks a lot of tackles, and that's just definitely a game that's going to help us. We're going to prepare on stopping the run, which I find is a key to being a good football team, and making a late season run. You got to be able to run the football and stop the football from being run on you. Then we've also got Newport and Holy Cross, and Holy Cross is a great rivalry game for us. This is our first year we're going to be playing them officially. We've scrimmaged in the last few years. They're coming off a state championship 2 years ago. They've got a great, outstanding staff with Coach Kozerski, and they're right down the bottom of the hill from us. A lot of these kids know each other, grew up together. So it's really going to be, I think, a great rivalry game for us. Be a fun game to play up here, and be a good rivalry for the future. We also play Aiken out of Cincinnati, which is a very athletic and fast team, and then also have at the end of the year we go down to Mason County and they play them. They had a very, very young team last year, but definitely turned it on towards the end of the year and made a run of the playoffs, and they've got some dangerous offensive weapons.
Lastly, Coach, just talk about the expectations for this year's team.
The expectations for this year's team is, we go out there with the same expectations of everybody else. We want to try to win a district championship, and that would be something that's never been done at Scott before. Last year we had our 5-5 in the regular season. That was our first winning season, non-losing regular season in 23 years. So our biggest, one of the biggest goals is just changing the culture and, getting in and playing in games and competing and putting ourselves in positions where we're at the end of the game, we're there with the opportunity to rise to try to take it home for the victory. And we feel that if we stay in those games long enough that we can, pull some of them out that were the past we haven't.
Coach, good luck this year.
Thank you very much.